this. Can you imagine the ability, the God-given talent that takes?
Welcome, viewers. Today we take a deep dive into the legendary career of Barry Sanders, one of the most electrifying running backs in NFL history. From his record-breaking performances to his unexpected retirement, we uncover the story behind this football icon. Stay tuned and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more inspiring sports stories. Barry Sanders, born on July 16, 1968, in Wichita, Kansas, rose from a modest upbringing as one of 11 children to become one of the most electrifying running backs in NFL history. Growing up in a hard-working family, he and his brothers assisted their father in roofing jobs, instilling a relentless work ethic that would later define his football career. Despite being overlooked due to his small stature, Sanders seized his opportunity during his senior year at Wichita North High School, amassing 1,417 rushing yards in just 7 games and earning All-State honors. Though his father initially doubted his decision to play at Oklahoma State University, Sanders proved himself, setting the stage for his legendary football career. At Oklahoma State, Sanders started behind Heisman candidate Thurman Thomas, but when given the spotlight, he delivered one of the greatest seasons in college football history. His ability to change direction effortlessly and break tackles with unmatched agility made him a nightmare for defenders. After college, Sanders dominated the NFL for a decade with the Detroit Lions, retiring as one of the league's all-time rushing leaders. His journey from an underestimated high school athlete to a Hall of Famer is a testament to his natural talent, perseverance, and humility, traits that made him one of football's most respected figures. At Oklahoma State University, Barry Sanders spent his first 2 seasons as a backup to Thurman Thomas, yet still showcased his explosiveness as a return specialist. In 1987, he led the nation in kickoff return yards per attempt, 31.6, while contributing 603 rushing yards and 12 total touchdowns. Even legendary Oklahoma coach Barry Switzer feared his potential, warning his players not to injure Thomas because Sanders was an even greater threat. When Thomas moved on to the NFL in 1988, Sanders seized the starting role and delivered what is widely considered the greatest individual season in college football history. Sanders dominated with an NCAA record 2,628 rushing yards and 39 total touchdowns, averaging an astounding 7.6 yards per carry. He rushed for over 300 yards in 4 games and had 5 consecutive 200-yard performances. Even after winning the Heisman Trophy in overwhelming fashion, he humbly believed Rodney Peete deserved the honor. Sanders capped off his record-breaking year with a 5-touchdown performance in the Holiday Bowl before declaring for the NFL draft, partly due to pressure from his father. His college career was a showcase of sheer dominance, setting records that stood for decades and cementing his place among football's greatest talents. Barry Sanders' path to the NFL was anything but conventional. As a college junior, he was initially ineligible for the draft, but an NCAA investigation into Oklahoma State's recruiting violations changed everything. On New Year's Day in 1989, the Cowboys were placed on 4 years of probation, which meant Sanders' senior season would have been played without televised games or a bowl appearance. Recognizing the circumstances, NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle made an unprecedented decision, allowing Sanders to enter the draft early. His exceptional college career and sudden eligibility set the stage for a draft that would alter the course of NFL history. When the 1989 NFL Draft arrived, the Detroit Lions faced a critical decision. With the 3rd overall pick, they had a choice between 2 dynamic athletes named Sanders, Barry the electrifying running back and Dion the flashy cornerback. It was head coach Wayne Fontes who pushed for Barry, impressed by his combination of power, agility, and explosiveness. Barry Sanders had already demonstrated his strength by completing 21 reps of 225 pounds in pre-draft workouts, solidifying his reputation as an athletic marvel. The Lions, a team long struggling for relevance, took a leap of faith, offering Sanders the iconic number 20 jersey previously worn by former franchise great Billy Sims. Sanders, however, later admitted he was uncertain about what his career would have looked like had Green Bay, the team that passed on him to select Tony Mandarich, taken him instead. The thought of playing in Wisconsin's harsh weather was less than appealing to the soft-spoken running back. Despite his talent, Sanders' entry into the NFL was not without hurdles. He missed his first training camp due to a contract dispute, holding out until the Lions agreed to a 5-year, $9.5 million deal. In a move that spoke volumes about his character, Sanders donated 10% of his $2.1 million signing bonus to his local church. His humility, however, did not extend to his on-field performances. In his debut season, Sanders made an immediate impact, finishing with 1,470 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns, both franchise records. His refusal to chase individual accolades became evident in the final game of the season when he declined to return to the field to surpass Christian Okoye for the league rushing title, preferring to let the game's outcome stand as it was. His unselfishness, paired with his dazzling ability, won over teammates and opponents alike. The 1991 season proved to be a defining moment for both Sanders and the Lions franchise. Detroit finished with a 12-4 record, their best since the 1950s, clinching the NFC Central Division. The postseason run saw Sanders break free for a mesmerizing 47-yard touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys, sealing the Lions' first playoff victory in over 3 decades. However, their championship aspirations were cut short in the NFC title game against the Washington Redskins, where Sanders was contained to just 44 rushing yards in a crushing 41-10 defeat. That loss would haunt the franchise, as it marked the last postseason victory of Sanders' career despite his continued brilliance. By 1994, Sanders had firmly established himself as one of the league's most dominant rushers. In a game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he set a franchise record with 237 rushing yards, remarkably without scoring a touchdown. His elusive running style left defenders grasping at air, with one of the most famous moments coming against the New England Patriots, where safety Harlan Barnett was left spinning in circles after a series of jaw-dropping jukes. Sanders' remarkable consistency saw him crown the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year and finish second in MVP voting behind Steve Young. Yet, even with his individual greatness, the Lions continued to falter in the postseason, reinforcing the notion that their success was tied almost solely to Sanders' performances, a burden he shouldered for the remainder of his career. On July 27, 1999, Barry Sanders shocked the NFL world by retiring abruptly via fax to his hometown newspaper, just a day before Lions training camp. Despite walking away at his peak, Sanders left an indelible mark on football history, rushing for 15,269 yards, then second all-time, winning 4 rushing titles and earning 10 Pro Bowl selections. His electrifying style made him one of the sport's most elusive runners, and his humility, never celebrating touchdowns, set him apart. Though he never won a Super Bowl, his 1997 MVP season and Hall of Fame induction cemented his legacy as one of the greatest ever. Barry Sanders married former Detroit News anchor Lauren Campbell in 2000, and they have 3 sons together: Nigel, Nicholas, and Noah. The couple divorced in 2012 after 12 years of marriage. As of 2025, Sanders' net worth is estimated to be around $8 million, reflecting his successful NFL career and subsequent endeavors. Thank you for joining us in celebrating the legendary career of Barry Sanders. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more stories about iconic athletes and their incredible legacies.